President Rodrigo Duterte rejects moves to open the school year in August.
I will not allow the opening of classes na magdikit-dikit yung mga bata. No? Bahala na hindi na makatapos. For this generation, wala na matapos na doktor pati engineer. Wala. Kasi hindi na wala ng aral. Laro na lang. Unless I am sure that they are really safe. It's useless to be talking about opening of classes. That's probably bad. Para sa akin, bakuna muna.
Duterte's decision departs from Education Secretary Leonor Briones' earlier announcement that classes for school year 2020 to 2021 would resume on August 24. Briones mentioned classes may be conducted physically or virtually depending on the state of the coronavirus pandemic. But Health Secretary Francisco Duque III contradicts President Duterte's stance. He says opening classes on August 24 is, quote, safe as long as health protocols are observed.
Pag-aralan po natin maigi ito, pero sa ngayon po, tingin namin ay ligtas naman po kung bubuksan natin ang klase by August 24. At kinakailangan po rito, siguraduhin lamang na ang lahat ng atin minimum standards for health ay nakatalaga.
The Department of Health says it is suspending giving hydroxychloroquine to patients. This comes after the World Health Organization or WHO announced it temporarily suspended clinical trials of hydroxychloroquine as a potential treatment for COVID-19. WHO made the decision following the publication of a study in medical journal The Lancet saying the drug may increase the risk of death among COVID-19 patients. On May 22, the government coronavirus task force cleared the Philippines to join clinical trials of potential vaccines against COVID-19, and hydroxychloroquine was among those used. Hydroxychloroquine is normally used to treat arthritis. President Rodrigo Duterte appoints Presidential Advisor on Information and Communications Technology RJ Jacinto to take the place of Eliseo Rio Jr. at the Department of Information and Communications Technology. A copy of the letter to DICT Secretary Gringo Honasan, dated May 22, says Jacinto will be DICT Undersecretary, coterminous with the appointing authority. The letter is dated the same day Malacanang announced President Rodrigo Duterte accepted Eliseo Rio Jr.'s resignation. Rio himself says he is, quote, caught by surprise since he submitted his resignation last January 31. Jacinto is a musician and entrepreneur who founded rock and roll radio station DZRJ. He and Rio previously clashed on a proposal for a common cell tower. Jacinto is pushing for a policy that will allow only two independent tower companies to build and share their towers for use of Globe and PLDT, as well as third telco player Dito Telecommunity. Rio criticized the proposals as anti-competitive. Rio's concerns were echoed by Senator Grace Poe, but Jacinto said he had the backing of Duterte himself and National Security Advisor Hermogenes Esperon Jr. In a statement addressing Rio's criticisms, Jacinto said Duterte told Rio not to allow anything to get in the way of the government's efforts to streamline telco services, even if it means lawsuits from telco players. Jacinto was a vocal Duterte supporter during the May 2016 presidential elections. Deputy Speaker Rodante Marcoleta opens the House hearing on the ABS-CBN franchise with a bawal lumabas video of celebrity Kim Chiu. Marcoleta is tasked to deliver the opening statement for all of those opposing the grant of a new franchise to ABS-CBN. In the video, Chiu incoherently compares the closure order against her home network to classroom rules. Marcoleta also shows a video of Vice Ganda challenging Apollo Kibuloy, a pastor who declared himself the owner of the universe, to cancel Ang Probinsyano, a long-running TV show of the network.
Mr. Speaker, my distinguished colleagues, hindi po nag-comply sa batas ang ABS-CBN, kaya hindi po sila pwedeng lumabas at magpalabas. Those opposing the franchise application of ABS-CBN will show with clear and convincing evidence that ABS-CBN did not comply with the terms and conditions of its franchise, as well as our laws and the Constitution.
Marcoleta also accuses the network of being biased for Senator Grace Poe and then Camarines Sur Congresswoman Leni Robredo when they ran in the 2016 elections. He also claims ABS-CBN is a backer of former President Noynoy Aquino. But ABS-CBN's executives were already able to debunk these allegations in a Senate hearing on February 24. Online, people slam Marcoleta. At Joanna Banana says, "Whether you support Kim Chiu or not, I think we can all agree that Marcoleta playing her Bawal Lumabas video at a Congress hearing is downright disrespectful and unprofessional." At Jimmy Harris 1 says, "Marcoleta did something scary today. He said in a congressional hearing all of the wrong and unfounded facts fanatics have been saying within their echo chambers. That in turn validated those fanatics who feel as empowered to continue spreading those wrong facts." At JR the writer says, "The accusations that came out of Congressman Marcoleta to ABS-CBN have already been addressed in the Senate hearing last February. Marcoleta can't even do simple research." Ormoc City Mayor Richard Gomez slams the national government for its carelessness in implementing the Balik Probinsya program amid the coronavirus pandemic. Gomez says he was surprised when he learned on Monday morning that overseas Filipino workers or OFWs were arriving in Leyte without prior notice. In a Facebook post Monday, May 25, Gomez says, quote, "DILG, NHA, OWA, what happened to all the protocols that you guys are trying to formulate for returning residents?" Gomez adds the national agencies instructed him to receive the OFWs even if the returnees had not been properly documented and tested. The city's COVID-19 protocols require OFWs returning to Ormoc to undergo quarantine and testing in Manila. Gomez tells Rappler, "A new and revised memo from the DILG also arrived in his office minutes after he received a text message telling him to bypass Ormoc's protocols for OFW arrivals. An earlier version instructs LGUs to accept OFWs as long as they have the required documents. OFWs are supposed to be quarantined and tested in Manila before being allowed to return to their home provinces. But with the revised memo, Gomez says LGUs now have to accept OFWs who have incomplete or no documents. Quarantine and testing for coronavirus will also happen in the OFW's hometowns. Ormoc City is on general community quarantine until May 31. Balik Probinsya is a pet project of presidential aide turned Senator Bongo.